These
I've been coming here for a long time, guys, and the most emotional moment I've ever seen.
are the most emotional moments
When the world gave up on me, I didn't give up on myself.
in college football history. And at number 20, one of the toughest moments you will ever see.
Now look at this, the offensive linemen are carrying them down.
Before Greg Jennings and his broken freaking leg was a viral Madden clip, Byron Leftwich was doing it for real.
This is the first. I have not seen that.
The former Jacksonville Jaguars QB sustained a broken left tibia in the first quarter. But in the fourth quarter, he came back, leading the Marshall Thundering Herd downfield as his teammates literally carried him between plays. That last moment showed incredible toughness. But this next one shows something even stronger: brotherhood. It's always emotional when a player goes down with a serious injury. University of Michigan lineman Zach Center fractured his tibia and fibula in a game against Ohio State. The entire stadium fell silent. But what happened next brought the very next drive. Blake Corum scored and honored his injured teammate by flashing a 65, Zinter's number.
I've never seen anything like it in my career.
And real quick, this is a brand new channel, so a quick subscribe would mean the world to us. Sports have a way of reminding us what really matters, and this next one might just make you tear up. 7-year-old Jack Hoffman, a Nebraska fan battling brain cancer, had one dream: to play with the Huskers. So they brought him into the huddle and handed him the ball for the play of a lifetime.
So he'll get the handoff. Hoffman to midfield, to the end zone. Husker touchdown.
As he reached the end zone, the entire stadium erupted, all cheering as Jack crossed the goal line for a 69-yard touchdown. Who's cutting onions right now? Some of the most emotional moments in college football happen before kickoff, and few stories capture that better than this one. Brock Mueller, the brother of Michigan lineman Elliott Mueller, was left paralyzed after a tragic car accident on Christmas Eve. The crash claimed the lives of his father and his brother's girlfriend, and doctors gave him just a 1% chance to ever walk again. But less than 3 years later, Brock defied every odd imaginable.
Please welcome Brock Mueller.
In front of over 100,000 fans at the Big House, he walked onto the field in Ann Arbor, step by step, with his Michigan teammates by his side. This wasn't just a walk, it was a miracle. Sports have an incredible way of healing and uniting people when they need it most. After Hurricane Katrina, one of the deadliest disasters in U.S. history, over 1,300 people lost their lives and millions were displaced. With Baton Rouge devastated, LSU couldn't host its scheduled home game against Arizona State, so both schools worked tirelessly to move the game to Tempe. And in an unforgettable gesture, Arizona State painted its field in LSU's purple and gold, giving the Tigers a home hundreds of miles away. Late in the game, LSU scored the go-ahead touchdown.
He throws toward the end zone. Touchdown!
But this one wasn't about who won or lost. It was about two rivals coming together when it mattered most. Football coaches aren't just leaders. They're mentors who shape young men both on and off the field. So imagine trying to take the field just days after your head coach passes away. When Mississippi State played Illinois in the 2022 ReliaQuest Bowl, the Bulldogs weren't just chasing a win. They were honoring the life and legacy of their beloved coach, Mike Leach. Inspired by his memory, Mississippi State pulled off an emotional 19-10 victory.
Scooped up by the Bulldogs. A touchdown on the final play of the game.
And after the game, quarterback Will Rogers did his best to hold it together, but his voice said it all.
Coach and I were so close. To lose a friend like that, it will continue to hurt.
They didn't just win for themselves, they won for the Pirate, Hail State. Not every emotional moment comes with heartbreak. Sometimes it's pure ecstasy. And no play in college football captures that adrenaline rush quite like this one. In the 2013 Iron Bowl, Alabama lined up for a game-winning field goal attempt. But what happened next became legend.
56-yarder does not have the leg. And Chris Davis takes it.
Davis starts running. And 109 yards later, college football would never be the same.
35-40. There goes Davis. Oh my God! Davis, Auburn's gonna win the football game.
The crowd exploded. The call became iconic.
He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. Holy cow! Oh my God! Auburn has won the Iron Bowl.
And that single play flipped the Iron Bowl and the entire BCS picture on its head. If this one doesn't give you chills, check your pulse. We called the Kick Six one of the best endings ever, but Boise State might propose otherwise. In the 2007 Fiesta Bowl, the Broncos stunned Oklahoma with a string of miracle plays, capped off by the iconic Statue of Liberty two-point conversion.
Fake play, they're gonna score!
And no one better with the year he's had.
But what happened next made this moment unforgettable, because in front of millions, Ian Johnson delivered one last perfect play.
All right, I know you're gonna propose to your girlfriend. Congratulations. Wait a minute, Tommy, he's gonna really do this.
If there's a better time or place to propose, we haven't seen it.
Does it get any better than this in college football?
Some Heisman winners give great speeches, but none hit quite like this one. When Joe Burrow took the stage after one of the greatest seasons in college football history, everyone expected confidence. What they got instead was raw emotion.
I want to thank my O-line first.
From that very first breath, you could feel how much this moment meant. You could see him fighting back tears as he thanked his teammates and his coach.
I didn't play for 3 years. You took a chance on me. Forever grateful for you.
For a player who went from Ohio State backup to LSU legend, this wasn't just an award, it was validation. It's one thing to come back from one devastating injury, but 4 torn ACLs? Cameron Babb was a highly touted high school recruit, a 5-star talent destined for greatness. But in college, fate had other plans. He tore his left and right ACL, twice each, missing nearly his entire Ohio State career. After years of rehab and heartbreak, Babb finally got his chance. As a 5th-year senior, stepping on the field one last time.
Stroud sprints out, another touchdown.
This was his only career reception, and it went for a touchdown.
Oh, that is a great story. Knee injury after knee injury.
From all of us college football fans, congrats, Cam. You deserve that. But it's not always about the players. Sometimes it's about the people who make the game feel bigger than football. For nearly 3 decades, Lee Corso was the heart and soul of College Game Day. Since 1996, his infectious energy and legendary mascot picks became a Saturday morning tradition for millions. And in a perfect send-off, the 89-year-old icon went a perfect 6-0 with his headgear picks.
Give me my first love.
Oh, there it is. Here it comes.
He closed out his final season the only way he knew how, with a smile and a mascot on his head.
Lee Corso bids farewell.
Football is an ultra-competitive, high-stakes sport, at least until something reminds us it's not what really matters. In September 2022, Clemson defensive tackle Brian Brzee lost his younger sister Ella to cancer. Brian and Ella were inseparable. Her passing shook the entire Clemson program. That weekend, Brzee sat out against Louisiana Tech, but he was anything but forgotten. Both teams wore Ella Strong shirts in support of Brian and his family.
Felt all across campus here, from the signs, the Ella Strong t-shirts, even the entire student section wearing gray tonight.
And perhaps the most powerful moment came from the opposing coach.
Came out with a Ella Strong shirt. He gave me a note. It makes my heart smile. I appreciate that gesture.
Have you had to wipe your eyes yet? If not, this next one will. Leave no doubt. In 2007, West Virginia had just missed their shot at the national championship. Soon after, their head coach Rich Rodriguez left for Michigan, leaving West Virginia with no coach for their Fiesta Bowl showdown. That's when their interim coach Bill Stewart stepped in and delivered one of the all-time great pregame speeches.
We've got a great opportunity. We've got a dandy out there waiting on us.
His speech wasn't just motivational, it was legendary.
Leave no doubt tonight. Leave no doubt tonight. They shouldn't have played the old Golden Blue. Not this night. Yes,
West Virginia went out and dominated Oklahoma 48-28, capping capping off one of the most emotional upsets in college football history.
Don't leave your wingman ever, ever, ever bail out on your brother.
That win earned Stewart the full-time job.
Don't ever forget this moment. You guys, I'm 55 years old, and on the backside of 30, as that old song goes, we're going to have to stop and smell the roses just a little bit.
He went on to coach the team for 3 more seasons before passing away in 2012. But his message lives on forever. In the days after September 11th, 2001, sports didn't matter. But when college football returned, Nebraska made sure the moment meant more than the game.
I'll tell you, if that didn't get to you, nothing will, folks.
It wasn't just a pre-game entrance. It was unity, pride, and healing all at once. Our next moment shines a light on the realities so many college athletes face. Nebraska punter Archie Wilson moved all the way from Australia to chase his dream of playing college football. At first, he was calm and composed.
Oh, I turn 19 tomorrow, so I'm 18 right now.
But the moment he tried to talk about how hard it's been being away from his family, he just couldn't hold it in.
So, what's it like being the first time you're away from them?
Yeah, that part's hard. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, I love them a lot.
That's as real as it gets.
Yeah, I got 2 little brothers and a mom and dad,
And then, before week 1 of the 2025 season, his family made the trip to Nebraska to see him play in person. If that last one didn't get you, this next one just might. Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe had just led his team to a SEC championship win over Georgia, the biggest moment of his career.
Milroe will keep it again. It's his game right now.
That's it.
And before the post-game interview even started, he looked as cool and confident as ever.
You sure are chilling right now, man. You are very composed.
But the moment he was asked about his team's growth, the emotion hit him.
How do you describe the development of this group throughout this year?
He tried to hold it together, but couldn't.
What is this emotion, Jalen?
When the world gave up on me, I didn't give up on myself. The biggest thing was, I had a purpose.
This wasn't about stats or highlights. It was about everything it took to get there. If you aren't a football fan, you just wouldn't understand. Tragedy is part of life, but so is triumph. For nearly a century, Texas A&M held a massive student-built bonfire before its biggest football games. But in 1999, that tradition turned tragic. The bonfire collapsed, killing 12 students and injuring 27 others. In the weeks that followed, the campus was overcome with grief. When game day finally arrived, the Aggies took the field against their greatest rival, Texas, playing for something far bigger than football.
This is the 106th meeting between these two great rivals, but none has been filled with so much emotion.
The vigil, the pre-game ceremony, the moments of silence. It was all heartbreaking. But when Texas A&M rallied to win that night, it became something more, a moment of hope.
Here, an incredible upset here by Texas A&M today.
The people that died supporting us, that's what we did it for.
Once again, football became a source of healing. After a 1991 campus shooting at the University of Iowa claimed 5 lives. Just days later, the Hawkeyes took the field against Ohio State, playing in honor of those they'd lost.
Words alone cannot express all of our sympathies toward those who have been touched by this terrible tragedy.
They went on to win 16-9, one of the most emotional victories in school history.
The Iowa players have gone down to where their fans are, very emotional.
In Week 8 of the 2018 season, Purdue entered as heavy underdogs against Ohio State. But they had something much bigger to play for. Before kickoff, ESPN aired a powerful feature on Tyler Trent, a die-hard Boilermakers fan battling cancer, whose story inspired the entire nation. That night, Purdue didn't just win. They dominated, stunning the Buckeyes 49-20 and handing them their first loss of the season.
It is intercepted the other way. Marcus Bailey. This one is for themselves, and it's for Tyler Trent, who got his wish.
You could see how much Tyler loved that team.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anytime.
You're inspiration to us all.
And every Boilermaker, they will all say, Tyler, this one is for you.
And how deeply the players loved him back. Man, it doesn't get more emotional than that. And we'd be remiss if we didn't end with one of the most tragic and inspiring stories in college football history. Unless you've seen the Matthew McConaughey film We Are Marshall, you might not know the true story behind it. In 1970, Southern Airways Flight 932 crashed while carrying the Marshall football team home from a game, killing 75 people, including nearly every player, coach, and staff member. The following year, with an entirely rebuilt roster and coaching staff and the weight of a grieving community behind them, the Thundering Herd took the field again. And in their first home game since the tragedy, Marshall scored a last-second touchdown to defeat Xavier 15-13. And if you like these moments, check out this video right here. These are some of the wildest moments in college history.